All right, everybody. We've got another very special guest, a returning very special guest. Everybody, welcome back once again to the show, Mr. Travis Gibb.
Hello,
Travis,
hello,
welcome.
hello.
He's here with his fabulous shirt. I love it.
I'm really excited, Chris, that you brought Mike. Mike has been
I know.
avoiding me for a long time. I don't know what I did. I don't know what our issues are, but I'm here to deal with them.
I sat him down, Travis, and I was like, you have to come to this one.
Yeah.
He's actually in Mexico right now on a business trip, but I still forced him to.
No, it's funny because
are you part of a drug cartel? Like, what kind of?
I cannot confirm or deny things on air, but I can say that Chris actually told me that we were talking to Mark Wade today, and that's why I showed up early. And to my surprise, my other favorite writer, Travis Gibb, was here. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Can you believe Mark Wade's still writing comics? That good comics. Like, it's so.
I know. I hate it because I still want to read all his shit. Come on, man. Oh, it is really annoying.
I was just looking. Next week this week, today, as you're all listening to this, is World's Finest 28, and I'm like, oh yeah,
that book is so good. It's amazing. I am glad that I got to be here to chat with you though, because it's been a while. I don't think I even talked to you when Coven came out. That was last October.
Yeah. No, you haven't.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm here today to chat with you about more Granite punk stuff because it is something that I do really like. So.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's real good shit. So we got the Kickstarter going on right now for Only Posers Fall in Love, and this is a little bit different than the last few Kickstarters we've done, right? Because this is a full series. This is not just a one shot. There's a few issues here for the story?
Well, you're listing all four. Okay. This one, it's better to have the other ones to read than previous ones. It is still a one shot. We give you enough information to do it, but this one you'll get very rewarded. And let's be honest, it's an ongoing series. It's just I like Scout to put them out when they get them instead of waiting until I have 5 because it would have been like 2 years. So don't tell them I tricked them.
Yeah, that's all right. That's the secret.
Told us all as a one shot, and they sucked us into an ongoing series. I see how
8 issues later. What the hell?
I mean, the first one shot was just so well received. I loved writing it. We had one of our strongest single issue Kickstarter. Actually, our strongest single issue Kickstarters. So I had to make more. Everyone said it was my best work. I enjoy the shit out of writing. It's my favorite thing to write. So we're just gonna keep doing them. We'll see. We got one more, and that'll be the first arc for the trade, and then we'll go into this. What I'm gonna call season 2.
Yeah, and I think not only is it like your best work, it's also like Patrick's best work as well.
Don't tell him that because he really loves that Discordia. But I think it's his best work. I think punk rock is where he needs to be focusing his art. But
it fits that so well. I mean, for Zeke. I mean, the design of Zeke and everything is just awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it right here on this.
Oh yeah, pull it up, Chris. Cover. So we have the Kickstarter up right now. But I mean, you said you're having a lot of fun writing the character, and you've talked to fans now probably about it. What do you think it is about this story in general that people gravitate to? I mean, like Zeke is the main character. He's struggling with addiction, that type of thing, or getting in and out of, hard times. What is it that you think people are gravitating towards with the story?
I think it's really. I get really deep and personal with it. Like, I think there's a lot of deep elements and like trauma I think everybody has trauma. So like, I think they can relate to that trauma. I think breaking the fourth wall, it's successful every time they do it, right? Deadpool does and stuff. As long as you have a character that can do it, I think that really resonates. I also think there's a lot of my heart and soul in the book, as I've told many people. This book was written, for me to fall back in love with the state of New Hampshire. My parents died; they both had drug problems, and I just didn't love it. But I have a son who I need to. It's interesting. It's Father's Day that we're talking about this. I know it's not.
Right.
I needed to find a love for it to get him into it. So being able to do that and sharing the raw stuff, but there's so much rawness when I think about that state and putting that, on the page, in the Coven, the last issue that we did, that accident happened to me. I have the scar on my thing that happened to me. It wasn't a deer. We hydroplaned, but I got in a car accident, and so feeling all that raw emotion with it, and bring it up. And then some guy who's just grieving. I think, when you talk about especially men's mental health, we don't really talk about it, and most books you read don't deal with men's mental health. Men are masculine, and because we focus on men's masculinity, especially when we're talking about superheroes. So comics are most superheroes. Finding a man who's extremely vulnerable but covering it up, like, because you're getting you're getting his head of what he actually feels, and then watching him cover it up. I think a lot of men who read this can really relate to that.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things you got me in with the punk rock.
Sure.
And then you kept me in with the amazing art and the great story. But just, the idea of men's mental health in there was always great. And then just, let's just add a dash of like black magic and some horror elements.
That kind of reels me in too. But in the last installment, tying it to the Salem witch trials, was a pretty awesome way to go about it. But now this series, what are we dealing with here for Zeke?
So
what's the next step?
Yeah, in the last issue, we introduced his covens. We introduced some of his old childhood friends. So now we're catching up with them as they're adults. So at the end of the last issue, Zeke found an ex-girlfriend that he really liked, and we kind of dealt with the emotions of that. And I think when we're dealing with people falling in love, I think when you fall in love, there's one or two things that happen, right? Either you fall madly in love and you change and you want to be with them and everything works out great, or you go the opposite way where everything goes horrible. And most of the time when you're trying to figure out that in the middle phase, you're comparing this new one to everything that came before. Like every relationship you compare that list, you go through the list of bad things, and then something's going to change that, right? Either this person's worth changing for, or they fuck you up so bad that you need to change because you're never going to be hurt like that again. Like one of those two things happen. So this is Zeke dealing with that. He's found a new girl, and he's going through girlfriend's past, and he happens to find one of his ex-girlfriends happens to be a skinhead Nazi. So he's got to deal with the repercussions of that and whether or not he may have had something to do with her being that.
That's
because sometimes you do the opposite where you may have fucked him up.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's one way to fuck someone up, to turn them into a skinhead Nazi, to make them. Oh, how's your life going? Well, actually,
yeah, right.
I'm attending an event tonight. If you want to come along,
yeah,
sure.
This issue I'm super proud of. Anyone who reads this, I highly recommend you read issue 1, because you're going to start seeing things in issue 1 that you were like, oh, this is Zeke. We're going to do a lot of juxtapo of what happened in issue 1 versus this. In fact, right there, that panel right in the middle, for those who are watching, I know a lot of you guys listen to it. That is the exact panel breakout in issue 1. And you'll see that some things go on repeat when you become in a relationship, right? Everyone has been in multiple relationships. Some things just become repeat. And then what it takes to break that cycle, and what happens to be your problem instead of their problem, right?
Right. Yeah, you just get back into that cycle of things. And the art is amazing. I know we talked about it already, but if people go to the page right now, if you're just listening, you can see all the layout of some pages, some preview pages, and it's just absolutely amazing. So Zeke's fallen in love again, it looks like, but probably not for the best.
Yeah, well, you can fall in love, but you still have to deal with, ex-girlfriends. That's just part of the deal.
Yep. Crazy ex-girlfriends.
Yeah,
crazy ex-girlfriend Nazis. Yeah. Well, Chris is a big fan of seeing Nazis get punched in the face in his books, so I know hopefully he's going to see that here.
I wrote it specifically for Chris because I know how much he loves Nazis being punched in the face.
Yeah, more Nazis for.
I mean, speaking of which, you got some awesome variant covers. We got the A and the B. We got another one from Patrick here. And then just to say, like, you made something for me. You did an homage to Captain America #1.
There it is. Yep.
With one of my favorite artists in the indie space, Benjamin Morris, which was a perfect choice.
Yeah, that's an amazing cover.
And then I love this theme you have going on with the Rancid variant covers as well.
Mm-hmm.
This one being from the album Troublemaker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. That's absolutely true. It's so weird. I don't know why it ended up being Rancid, but it is. I think Rancid covers just fit Granite State Punk very well, and so it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, are you like a big fan of Rancid?
But I mean, I'm a fan of Rancid, but I would put like Sex Pistols or Ramones, like the Clash, like they're like 5.
That's funny because I'm pretty sure as far as punk goes, that's the only album I ever had was Let the Dominoes Fall by Rancid. Okay. Yeah. So that's like, I'm not even huge into punk, but I was like, yeah, Rancid's probably like one of the ones I only listened to. I don't know why that came up, but that's awesome. Yeah.
That's funny because they're one of my most influential bands, like that time period, that 90s punk rock that was really where like I fell into. And obviously I love the Clash, Sex Pistols, all that kind of stuff too. But like that 90s style was really what made me fall in love with it.
Well, in the 90s, I was more grunge, which didn't last the edge of time. There's no grunge anymore. I can't listen to modern grunge that doesn't exist. So I was more of a grunge Nirvana, that was my core bands back then. So I wasn't listening to punk till a little bit till I got to college, and I was like, all right, Kurt Cobain's dead. What else is out there?
Yeah. I was more of a Chris Cornell fan, but now he's also gone. So,
right. Well, they tried to get me into Manson. I could never get into Manson. Like, I don't know why. I think it's because, the first Manson song that most of us love was a cover. So I just lost respect for him. I was like, the fucking guy's a cover band. What are you talking about?
You got famous from a cover, you piece of shit. It's not even your song. Yep.
You heard the original, right, guys?
Yeah, come on. Travis is one of those guys at the party. There's an original to this. Come on. Way better.
Well, and everyone was just super excited about all the sex innuendos that he used to do. I remember being at the school dance. I'm like, have you guys listened to rap? Like, this is not even that bad.
Yeah, this ain't shit. Right? Come on. There's way worse stuff out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all about how edgy he was. He was the edgelord of his time.
Oh,
that's all it was.
The original edgelord.
Yeah.
100%. I remember having to lie and say I loved him because girls would really dig him and listen to how just what are we talking about? It's not even his music was bad. I'm just the reason why you like him is not because you think he's super talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because he got rid of his ribs so he can SOD.
So he can SOD. That's it.
That's true. Everyone knows it's true.
Oh yeah. Everybody does. Yep. At least
it's just science. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's the only story anyone remembers about him.
Right.
That's what he's known for. You don't want to be known for that in music. Come on.
And he's a genius because you don't need those bottom ribs. You can go off one. It's fine.
Yeah, true. I wonder what he did with them.
What is Manson doing these days?
He's in trouble, I believe.
Yeah, he got canceled, but when you're married with Manson, I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny when it came out. Everybody's like, "This isn't a surprise." The dude looks like a vampire, I don't know. A living vampire. As far as
he's on tour right now, so
he is on tour. Okay, he didn't get canceled. His fans don't give a shit.
Right. You get canceled, and people not give a shit. Not one are mutual excuses.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. So I'm looking at these rewards just to get back to this really quick. You have, like you said, you want people to read. You think people should read the first issue of Granite State Punk. It's on there. You have the whole digital collection, right? All 4 issues. And then you have, you have stuff from your other works that you've done, but you can get the whole digital collection for under $20 and get caught up right there.
Yeah, you can even get if you just wanted to buy number 4 and number 1 on the add-on, you can get it there for $10. It costs you probably $24 to just get the 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you can do all the add-ons. I mean, you have the GPS, the Granite State Punk variant collection. You have all 5 variants. You have the collector's kit. Now, are you doing? Oh, you are doing metal covers for this again. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I always do metal covers. So I always do the Rancid cover metal, and then I have the main cover A as a metal cover. So that's on there.
Nice.
You know, and obviously our Substack people, we do the black and white, and then the coolest cover is this. Did you see this on the campaign?
I was going to ask about that next.
Yeah.
Chris was part of this.
Oh, nice.
I think he licked it. I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Did you lick it, Chris?
I wiped some pizza grease off my face with it.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so when it becomes moldy in a few years, you'll know that was Chris's DNA.
Yeah. So there's only one of this. Is the one of a kind slab, right?
Self-made. Yep. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That is amazing.
And so our goal was that, and Chris was there when I came up with the idea. I wanted to make the worst copy that CGC can have. I want to get a 0.5, or there is a certain level where you can get ungradable. Oh, that's Chris.
There it is. That's Chris wiping his face with a comic book. My God, I love it.
Ungradable, because I wanted the lowest grade as possible. Yep. However, we went too far. Believe it or not, it's not the pizza grease. So on this, it says "Do not encapsulate." This is from CGC. It gives a number. It says sticky substance, but it's not pizza. It's actually, on a sticker, they have that gloss layer.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
We pulled that off, and that's sticky, and it won't unstick. So that's the problem. It's not all the pizza grease and all that other nice stuff.
Even
the beer cans we left on top of it, and didn't we run it over?
Oh, we ran it over several times. Yeah. It went through an experience. On the back, it's signed by the person from CGC.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was so confusing for the CGC person because we would be like, I'm signing it, and I'm like, do not label that we gave you the thing. I want it marked that it's signed, but you cannot verify the signature. They're like, but you're right here, and you have all these other ones. I understand.
No.
They didn't understand.
Like, we're trying to break the system. We want the lowest you can go.
Right.
And poor CGC person has never listened to punk rock before.
Yeah, I don't get this punk rock music.
So, but yeah, I unfortunately got it back, and it was ungradable. So
that's you can't get any better than that. I mean,
but what's even cooler about it? So this slab is a broken Last Ronin slab because I wanted to get a slab that didn't fit because again punk rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Didn't want it. So Peter Laird showed up to a con I was at, Granite Con, and everyone was breaking their slabs, and I was losing my damn mind because I had never seen it before.
Wait, what?
They were breaking it because Peter, he doesn't come out to cons. He's very, very sick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
So he wasn't even announced. He wasn't on the appearing. It was Sunday. They announced on the website he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And people were just breaking their slabs, and I was like, "What is happening?"
I know that would have blew my mind. I didn't know people did that.
Because they wanted the double signature because Eastman was there the year before, and I'm like, "What is happening?
Yeah,
Why
that's
are you
insane."
Doing?
Holy shit.
And I grabbed one, and it is now this masterpiece. I'm shocked this hasn't sold yet because I think $250 is a fair price for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like a quick side story, a mutual friend of ours actually will buy slabbed comics, like low graded ones, and then break them open, as he says, free them, and just put them in his collection.
That gives me so much anxiety. I talk about this with Chris all the time. I don't even open my action figures. They never come out of the box. That was the argument we'd have at the comic shop all the time. People were like, they need to breathe. They don't need to breathe. I'm like, no, they're being preserved. That's it.
Always need to be played with, Mike.
Nope, staying in the box. Yeah, I think that's awesome. The and what is it written on there? That it's a handwritten 10.0.
10.0 punk perfection.
Punk perfection. Live free or die.
We even have a phone number on the back if you want to call for a good time. It will go to a real place.
It's Travis's house, everybody.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited. No, it's a place in New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. I think that more shit like that needs to happen. I mean, like that is the most punk rock thing you can do, especially with CGC, where they have all these rules and regulations and stipulations about comics. Like, come on, yeah. And sometimes, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll say what I love about it is that it fits the style of the book, and it's something unique. Like, it's not just like here's another whatever, It's not just another metal variant or something. Right. It's like it's something really super unique and that fits the campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you do get it, you get every cover with that as well.
You get all the new covers. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I mean, come on, people. There's only one, too. There's only one.
Yeah, I was hoping it would work, and then I would do it for each one because, as someone pointed out, it should be 11 because Rock goes to 11. I was like,
oh shit, damn.
Cross it out. So I've got ideas for the next one, and I don't think I'm going to be at a con anytime soon where I'm going to be able to see slabs ripped open. So I'm going to have to buy a slab to rip open, which will be even funner.
Yeah, buy some like really cheap shit on eBay that nobody wants.
Right.
Super fun. I don't know, Batman Eternal #1 or some shit. That's probably like $10 right now. And someone's selling a 9.8 of that.
Why are you being a Batman Eternal? It tried hard.
Mike is still salty about Batman Eternal.
Man, don't get me started. But no, I'm just kidding.
That's in the back old days where I see Tyrion's name, I got angry. I was like, why is he on these fucking DC books? Fuck
Why is he doing it again?
Dude, I found my old issues of Talon that he did and just shook my head. I'm like, remember when I couldn't stand him?
Right.
Yeah. Now he's running all this great horror shit.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
It is wild. Like I hope one day I get to have a long conversation. So please explain to me how I hated you and now you're one of my favorite writers. Like,
how did that happen? Yeah.
Who did you talk to? Like, did you sell your soul?
Yeah.
Who do I talk to? Like, I'm interested.
It went from him writing Batman stuff because Scott Snyder was trying to shove him down our throats.
Yeah.
And then like what brought him back, what made him this guy is doing Batman.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, wait a second. None of this makes sense.
I was actively angry every time I saw his name solo. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
And like, especially when because you'd get Scott Snyder for like 3 issues and then he would be the main writer all of a sudden. I was like, why are you doing this?
Man. Come on. You can't. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're just pulling the curtain over our eyes or something. Like, oh shit, I got to read this guy's book again. Come on. They'll put like the B-side stories in the back.
And I thought Talon was going to make it. Like I honestly thought Talon, because it had enough bat mythology. I was like, oh yeah, I think this could stick around for a bit, But
no, did not. Okay, so we got 8 days left here. You're almost at the 5,000 goal. Do you have any stretch goals in mind? Anything like that? If you get over that, or
Chris has been wanting a cozy for so long.
Oh man,
we were so close last time, so we're gonna try again to get that punk rock cozy.
Yeah,
because I think that's a necessity.
Yeah, got to keep his beers cold.
But that's it. We're gonna add at 5,500. We're gonna add a new page, another page, because we've got a little room. I wrote this is only 22 pages, a little bit shorter than our normal, so we'll add another page. I have in issue 1 we did like a punk rock page. I'd like to do another punk rock page.
Cool.
I haven't done in a while. Where it's just a Zeke rant. They're a lot of fun, and they're worth reading because a lot of people talk to me about that when they read the orange version versus the Scout version. They're like, oh, there's an extra page. I was like, yeah. Talk about music.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can talk about this or not, but is Scout still publishing? Like, are they going to do the Coven?
I mean, they have it.
Okay.
I say that with our stuff. They said they'd do it in October, but those previews are coming pretty quick, and they haven't talked to me in a bit.
That's true. It's
the best I can do. I mean this with all respect. I know they're going through some stuff. I know that a lot of their stuff in the solicitations are reprints. I know they're trying to restructure and they got investors and all that. And I say this with all due respect, and I'm not trying to talk crap. I don't care. I love this book enough. If they never publish it again, I'm going to keep doing it. However, whenever they're ready to put it back on the shelves for you guys, it's done. We've got some great covers that are done, so I hope they do, because the 2 covers for the Coven for Scout are great. That I made for them and I paid for them. But it's really on them. Whenever they get around to it, they have it. And they'll have this one the minute this is done too. So I got 3-year contracts. I've got a couple more years on it, so whenever they get around to it.
Well,
very cool.
And that was gonna be a follow up that you kind of touched on, though. It's not leaving Kickstarter anytime soon, though. This, like, if you do it.
Correct. Yeah, I will. This is aggressive towards Scout. I will go to war if they want to make it. So I can't make this book.
All right, understood. Yeah.
The other one's fine. Like, I'm being nice, but no, I'll go to war. I'll use any lawyer I can to make sure I can keep kickstarting this book to make it, because I love making it. Patrick loves making it. I'm excited about season 2. We have a lot of ideas for it. And I'm it's definitely got to feel like a season 2. Like, I'm excited about doing a trade. I just had a meeting with someone who wanted to do an animated, like, motion comic with it. Like,
oh wow,
it's got a lot of legs, and I think the people who love my writing, like, this is their favorite thing, and I want to keep giving them their favorite thing. This is my favorite thing too.
Definitely,
it's awesome.
So yes, everybody should check out that Kickstarter. But you also have other things going on.
I do.
So let's talk about some other things before. I know you want to talk about some comics as well. So
yeah.
But let's talk about. I like this thing you've been doing the past couple of years on your website, where you're doing. Well, first you're doing the Holiday Spirits Christmas and July issues.
Yep.
You've been doing that every year, and now you're selling some convention covers, some ashcans, stuff like that. How has that gone for you?
It's been going pretty good. We do it every year. We have a lot of fun with it, especially the Holiday Spirits. People love that book, and they love that homage cover. So we love to put it out there for the website. The Federalists, we're working on it, and I know people are just excited. I know you're one of them, because you're they've been wanting that book for a long time. So we finished it a while ago, like the ashcan. So I just want to get that out to people faster, and I want to have something special. People who are beyond Kickstarter fans, people who really love our books, have something special that we can do them. So this year we decided to do a summer reading list. So I think this is going to be an ongoing thing where we're going to have stuff for the summer. So June, July, August, we'll have some stuff, and there may be one more coming as well that I haven't announced. But yeah, kind of give you guys a summer list of books that you can get, that you can just order from the website, and we'll basically print one a month. We're going to go to print with Holiday Spirits 3. Soon. It's actually done. I'm actually waiting for David to get back from Heroes Con to see whether or not he can print it. If he can't, we just got to send him Comic 12 Spring, and we'll get that printed. Next one is the convention, and then the last one will be the Federalist.
What is the Federalist for people out there?
So the Federalist is a Revolutionary War Punisher. So it's a guy. There's a book. There's a thing called the Federalist Papers. So when the Federalist Papers are written, if you ever read them, it's kind of like modern politics, right? Where they're like blaming the media, or blaming the liberals. They're angry. But at that time, we just blame Britain. So everything's written from a perspective of how horrible Britain is, and if we allow Britain's rules to come in. So in this story, an old Revolutionary War fighter is reading those, and he believes they're secret codes from his generals to hunt down British people. So he goes and looks for British people, and sometimes he ends up right, where he finds British spies. Sometimes he's not. So it's kind of a story of whether or not he's telling the truth or lying, and it's a little fun, and it all connects to the Federalist part. Because
awesome. Those are things I didn't pay attention to in high school about the Federalist Papers. I'm not going to lie. So most of my reading history comes from comic books, which I'm not
Federalist
sure.
Papers didn't have pictures in it.
Yeah, it didn't have pictures, but also from my reading over the years, I firmly believe there was werewolves and vampires in the Revolutionary War as well.
That's just history.
Yeah, that's my view of how the past went. But and something I wanted to talk about too is you also have Cthulhu Invades Neverland up on the website, right? That was your latest installment there.
Well, the episode, Neverland just came out. It's fully done. Do I have one? I do. Yeah, it's fully done. It's getting sent out. I actually think I sent yours, Mike. I think I sent it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I sent it last week, so you should get it Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, awesome, cool. I wasn't going to ask off air, but yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Cool. I can check off air to make sure. I'm pretty sure I did, if I remember correctly. So that's finally out. It took forever. These pages, like, you'll notice that going forward, we had to cut down the page count because it's killing us. It's killing us because my wife is the only editor, and she's got and all these direct market stuff have to come first. So like a Coins of Judas has to skip the line. Even Granite State Punk, those ones that came out last year had to skip the line to go forward, the scout version. So these take forever. I mean, this is like it's 266 pages what it ended up being. It's tome. The Holiday Spirits 3 is over 200 pages. Like they're becoming huge books each time. So we have to cut the page count down to get more reasonable to be able to do it in time. People love the series, so we're really excited to do it. Working on Fairy Tales right now that'll probably release in like August or September on Kickstarter, moving on to the next thing. So it's been a wild ride. They're super fun to make.
Yeah. And you're expecting Fairy Tales to be a 2-parter, right?
3-parter.
3-parter. Oh.
Yep. Yeah. So
and that's one of the previews up on your website right now, everybody.
Correct. Yeah. And it's got some good stuff too. It's got the Snow White story. It's got what is it? Ugly Duckling. It's got Tortoise and the Hare. It's got some really good stories in there. Billy Goat's Gruff. So it's got some really good fairy tales in there. Unlike the normal one where it's like an overarching arc, this is going to be individual stories. It's going to be more direct anthology style, but unlike it is going to be themed. So it's all going to be set in like a fairy tale world. You're not going to switch from sci-fi in one or whatever. But it's going to take, on one page, you'll kind of read, on some instances, you'll read the whole fairy tale. And then next you'll see the Cthulhu interpretation of it, which is kind of cool.
That is really cool.
That is really cool. And you mentioned Coins of Judas. Issue 1 of The Gambler came out a few weeks back.
Yep.
How's that series going?
It's going well. It's going well. I'm excited to get, we just got we did the Kickstarter for the trade earlier this year. That it's just finished production, so they're sending that out to print. It's obviously a direct market book, so I love that, getting that out to everybody. So that's super exciting to just get, finished work out there. I love getting to the trades. It's when you're doing the Kickstarter thing, it just takes forever to get to those trades. And knowing that Coins of Judas in 2 years, I mean, Chris, you've been a fan for like 4 years. What you got broke down as the only trade of my finished work.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's Dog Days if you are really like further out, but
I do have Dog Days, yeah. So
it's a whole thing. So getting Coins of Judas out so fast is really good, and that's one of my goals moving forward is getting series out like Granite State Punk. It's really been the last 2 years that you've got these issues. You get about 2 issues a year, which is really good. Really speeding this up and trying to get that process out, and having the direct market helps us do that. So I'm excited about the Gambler. The Gambler 2 is really, really cool. It's got some really cool pages. If you're a big fan of Nightwing, the Tom Taylor run, some of the unique perspectives, we do some of that. I kind of play with some of those things.
That's cool. I will say I got really excited. I was in New York City probably last November or so, and I walked into Midtown Comics, and it was awesome to see like a Travis Gibb book on the shelf. I was like, oh shit, I'm like, that's Travis, that's his book. I'm like, I mean, just like, because most of the stuff you read, like I read a lot of the Neverland stuff, the Granite State Punk, you don't see that in the shops, and to see like Coins of Judas sitting on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, that's sick. Yeah, it was really.
That's all. I went to Midtown, super excited to find my book. Could not find my book. They did tell me they were sold out of it. They
that's probably because they sold it.
It's a good thing, but I'm like, mother effer.
Yeah, come on, man.
Midtown Comics and buy my book.
I would have bought it for you. I mean, I read it, but I was like, okay,
right.
I got to ship it. Hey, I found this in the comic shop.
Right. Hey, this book you already have, but it came from Midtown. You could smell the New York.
You could smell the sewage. Yeah, the sewer rats. Yep. Here you go.
And somebody's tried to sell me a fake CD the minute I bought it.
I ate a hot dog over it. So here you go. Yeah. No, that's really cool that you have more stories to tell with that series. I think that's really
I love the direct market. Expect an announcement at San Diego Con about my next direct market thing. I'm really excited about that.
So you're going to San Diego this year?
I am not because they just like last week officially got everything to announce the thing. And I was just like, I do not have the money to like throw it away. Like, and it's just an announcement. Like it's for next year. It's not like, if they had books in print, like a preview or something to hand out, like I would. Oh yeah. That's not where they're at. but my name is going to be on a San Diego, which is super cool, man.
That is cool. That's
super,
awesome.
I mean, Chris and I last San Diego were like refreshing on a Marvel panel,
Yeah.
So like,
There you
it's
go.
super excited to be there. Like, I'll be there at one point because that's my dream. I don't want to go to San Diego unless there's an announcement. Because just growing up, I used to go on Newsarama and refresh. And,
oh yeah, you want to see shit coming out. Yeah.
I want to be
my
there
whole week that week.
Yeah. Yep. Be waiting for the announcements. But yeah, I'm excited for the next Cthulhu and Fairy Tales. I can't wait for that. I love the Invades Neverland and Wonderland because of those hardcover treatments you did. So that's something I was going to ask you about. When you do trades of your next series, have you thought about doing any more hardcovers, or just going to do floppies? Or
we finally found a place to do affordable hardcovers. So there was a while where we couldn't do it for a little bit. So we did it on Holiday Spirits 1. And then we really, I mean, sadly, we needed like 20. You need to be in the 20,000 category to get hardcovers because that's where it was. But I finally found someone. It's overseas, which sucks because I don't want to go overseas, but it's such a drastically different price. It's like 2.5 times. Like,
oh wow.
So like that's a lot. Like,
that's a pretty significant.
And then another half. Like, like you know, like I'm okay with paying 50% more or 75% more. But when you're getting like you're stupid to not.
It's a terrible financial decision.
And I know every president yells about it. I'm going to fix this.
But nobody has yet.
Going overseas, then I don't.
It's not just comics, I'll tell you that.
Right. And even, I'll even go even further. Like, even when they did, like, there's the Democrats and Republicans have this tariff war too. So even if it's cheaper, because you made the tariffs, like, you still mess me up because of tariffs. Like, I'm damn. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like, I have to pay a more reasonable price, but now the tariff, it's stuck in the ocean forever. Like, so what?
Yeah. I'm never going to get it. Yeah.
I'm never going to get it. So cool story, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't worry, Travis, you vote for me, there will be a ROM in every household, and I will take care of this comic pricing.
Comic pricing, free shipping, 1-day shipping to everybody. It's going to be great. All hardcovers. Yeah.
Even Amazon's a dick these days because I don't have Prime. So, but I pay over $50.
Yeah.
And they'll just go, oh, you're going to get it next day. And then they're like, nah, you're going to get it 3 days from now.
Actually, no.
You live near one of those big facilities too, so they literally could walk it over to you.
Toss it. Just like toss it to your house.
So annoying. It is so annoying.
We got to get it in a car. It's going to take 3 days.
And I ordered a comic book, and it took 4 times to get it to a point where I was not caring anymore.
Wow.
It was hard. Literally, one of them had a sticker across it, like the Amazon sticker. They put it on the hardcover of the book. I was like,
"What are you guys doing?
You started with books."
Yeah, like I know.
You should know books.
Yeah.
Like, the other stuff I get you not knowing, but books, you should have got it.
Yeah, I think I ordered a hardcover from them once, and they put it in this giant box.
Right.
So when I got, and it was just bouncing around. I was like, "What the fuck? Come on, guys! You could have just wrapped this in duct tape. It would have been better. Like, come on, what's going on here?"
A Kickstarter guy does that, and they'd be lambasted for not using a Gemini. Amazon does it every day.
Come on, what the hell are you doing?
Russell Nolte and tape the bag on the front of the comic instead of the back. Never gonna live that down, Russell.
Yeah, come on, dude. What are you doing?
I really. Okay, now you're getting me a rant. There's nothing I hate more than people sending me comics who do comics for a living, especially when they're publishers, and it's just in a bag. Like, it's in a bag, and maybe it's a Gemini or maybe it's an envelope. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why?
Yep.
It just
I never get it.
And I'll never.
I'm not going to reveal, but I got a book this week. It's in my hand right now, and it came in a regular shipping bag, and inside of it was a USPS like bag thing that they folded over, and then when I opened that up, it's just the book flopping in there.
Oh my god!
Like, what are you doing? Come on.
The worst part is I yelled at somebody about it once. I went on them on social media. They're like, well, do you need a replacement? I was like, No, unfortunately, it came perfect, but that's not the point. It shouldn't have came perfect. I don't know why.
It shouldn't have, but
I remember feeling so angry because I felt so righteous and yelling at this person. And then he's like, "Do you want it replaced?" I was like, "No, it's unnecessary because it was great, but you got lucky, kid."
But I'm mad. But I'm mad, and it's unacceptable. Oh man. So, people are going to go back. Granite State Punk. It's got about 8 days. Well, as this comes out, it's got a few more days. So please go check it out. Are you leaving us, or are you going to stick around for the comic news? Is the question.
I should probably leave, but I mean, I love comics. I can't leave. I've got
okay. All right, there's quite a bit of news this week. I don't know. You can stick around for a few if you want.
Let's see what happens.
All right, everybody. So, I guess with that, go check out the Kickstarter. We're gonna do this little swipe thing for the audio people.
Yeah,
and then Travis is just gonna stick around.
Yeah.
How about this too? Anybody who messages Chris, like, I'll give you a digital, like of issue 1. Like, message Chris, I'll give you the digital for free. So if you want to try it out, I'll put my money where my mouth is.
Nice.
There you go. Free comics, everybody. All you gotta do is hit me up on Twitter or whatever social media, because I'm on all of them.
Yeah,
get a 5-star review on whatever platform you're promoting.
There you go. There
nice.
you go. 5
stars.
Stars.
That's it. That's all we need. 5 stars.